Hello, good evening. Wanted to get back in here. I know I'm running a few minutes late. I'm gonna talk a little bit this evening, kind of about getting ready for Christmas. That's what I'm gonna talk about a little bit since this past Sunday was the first Sunday in Advent, and that's, kind of my focus for the next month. So I decided I would do that a little bit here. And if you know the story of Jesus and how he came as the Messiah, and the Jewish people waited a very long time for that to happen. I was reading kind of an Advent study today talking about it was over 600 years that they waited for the Messiah. And if you can imagine some sort of thing that you're waiting on and waiting for a really long time. Now, obviously, we don't live 600 years and it wasn't the same people, but they passed on traditions from year to year, and over that amount of time, kind of walking with God and waiting on the Messiah to come. And, kind of wondering, I thought about that and how we're kind of waiting on things to happen in our lives maybe, or you have some sort of struggle that you're going through right now and wanting to really think about that and how you can wait on that struggle to happen or get finished, and where you can go next and how to think about that. So when you think about an Advent or the series of Advent, it means that it was derived from the Latin word adventus, which means arrival. So we're waiting on the arrival of Jesus as a baby. And he was obviously born from Mary and Joseph, his parents. And the people of that time had waited a really long time for the Messiah. And it just was the culmination of the Christmas and how this happened. And if you think about what we are waiting at this time of year, so we're waiting on the Christmas day and having the gifts and getting together with our families. And maybe you have, some health thing that's going on or a struggle that you're going through, and you're trying to get through this season to be able to enjoy the season with your family and friends. And I think about my life and how I trust in God to help me when I get through kind of tough times. And I was looking at a Bible verse today, Isaiah 9:6, which said, For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And having someone like that or something like that, so having someone that can give you the peace to get through whatever is that you are struggling with, or if you just have this joyful time, this is a joyful time to be able to celebrate the birth of Christ and have time with your family and figure out how to have kind of this joyful heart going into this season, as opposed to the struggle of, rushing around trying to get things done and not enjoying the season and not enjoying kind of this time of year and the celebration of the birth of Christ. So it doesn't mean that everything is going to be wonderful in your life and all the stress and everything will go away, but you can have this kind of sense of peace that you can bring on yourself, kind of feel a sense of peace with slowing down, maybe saying no to a few more things, maybe looking at your budget for your Christmas and not going over your budget, so you're stressed about finances. Or if you have, a lot of invitations to different parties or different family events, maybe think about what's really important to you to attend, and saying no, and maybe not doing everything that everybody wants you to do. And then finding a way to kind of sit back and enjoy kind of that peace that God can give you in this time, so that you can continue to do the things that you want to do with your life, and be able to just have the peace of enjoying your family. So there was another thing that I was looking at that was talking about kind of families and things that you treasure for this time of year. And I was thinking about spending time with my grandparents, who are both passed now, but the little things that we used to do together as a family. We used to always get together on Christmas Day as a family and have dinner and kind of do things together. It wasn't so much about having presents or anything like that. We didn't really exchange presents, but it was more about being together, having a meal together. We used to play card games or other types of games together and just spent the day together as a family. And I think it's gotten to the point that everyone is so busy that we don't spend as much time with family. And I think that hopefully you can have some time with your extended family and be able to enjoy the holiday and still not feel like you are overstressed. But I think taking time, and even if it's just for a couple of hours, to spend with grandparents or parents or your kids or whatever that looks like for you, to be able to kind of have a time of joy and having some just having community together as a family. Or if you have a group of friends that you do that with, that's just as important, to have community with whoever's in your life. If it's not family, then maybe get together with a group of friends and have some community to be able to share that with. So that's kind of what this is all about for this month. I'm going to talk about kind of sharing in this Advent season, and what you can do to kind of bring that into your life, and how you can, figure out what's important in your life and what you want to do. Okay, so I'll see you again next week.